they came just a few days later. It was the deputy sheriff and a child protection worker, and they said they were here to take their child. And she said, "You can't take my child." And then the sheriff said that he wants to search their house. And he knows she's on drugs and all.
With my special guest host this evening, Aaron Carranza. Aaron, we're going to try to take a few more calls. You ready?
Awesome. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's talk to Kevin in Minnesota. Kevin, did you have a story to tell or a question to ask?
Oh, what happened?
We're here, Kevin.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's just say, so about 1 year ago, my girlfriend had her 9-year-old daughter, Marie, and let's say from her parents' house where she was baking cookies with her grandma. And let's say it all started by her ex-mother-in-law who had called the sheriff's office about a month before that, like every day, saying that he was on drugs. And although the sheriff came here about 8 times in 30 days, and every time the daughter and the mom were just fine, they got, nice, everything, clean house, I can say that my girlfriend has never taken drugs ever. This is a fact. And so then the 10th time they came over, they came just a few days later. It was the deputy sheriff and a child protection worker, and they said they were here to take their child. And she said, "You can't take my child." And then the sheriff said that he wants to search their house, and he knows she's on drugs and all that stuff. And she says that, "No, you're not going to search my house, but you ain't got no warrant or nothing." And he demanded to know where her daughter was. So she said, "Over at my parents." Well, this is a real small community, so he knew where her parents lived, and he drove there with the social worker, and they took her daughter from there with no judge's warrant, no evidence, no danger of anything at all. I mean, it's just, and then also besides the no danger, let's see, I got this. They then took her daughter and they took her and they gave her to her abuser, which was the biological father, who the mother has an order for protection, so you can't go by the daughter. And they took her to her abuser, and then her hair test was follicle was negative, and her daughters and my girlfriend's they were both negative, and let's say so, they have done nothing. Here's the worst part. So she's taken about 25 urine tests. She's done 5 hair follicle tests, 5 sweat patches. And one time when she done a sweat patch, I told her she should pay for her own and have it on the other arm. And miraculously, that one fails, it says, for meth. And but the one she had on the other arm was negative. And they were trying to come up with excuses. Well, needless to say, it's been a year. And now what they want is, they're saying that they want to be able to search her home anytime the sheriffs or them, anytime, and say, "I'm her boyfriend, and we've been together for just about a year, right when this happens, when I met her." And they say that they tell her in court that they won't get her daughter back unless I start doing drug testing and stuff. Also, I should say this, they made her go to outpatient treatment, then 30 days inpatient treatment. Now she's back in outpatient treatment, and she's went through every hoop and jump there is, and they're like coming after me. I ain't got no part of this case. I have no mention of my name anywhere.
Well, wait, hold on. Kevin, hold on a second.
Yep.
Are you telling me that in all of this time, your girlfriend has never tested positive?
Nope, not one time. Nope. And her hair follicle test proves that.
Does she have a lawyer?
She has ever taken drugs in her life, or before, or or whatever, however far back it went.
Kevin?
Yep.
Does she have an attorney that she's working with?
Yes, she's got a public pretender who has done nothing but tell her, just keep complying, whatever they want, you just keep doing it. And like right in court, they say things that are just absolutely outrageously straight up lies. He doesn't even object because it's all Zoom stuff. So she can't even say a word. She tried to say something one time, and the judge told her that she can't talk and that she should have conferred with her lawyer, before this. And let's say she should have never had her kid removed anyway. No warrant, just nothing. And there's still nothing. She's never failed a drug test, but yet she's done it. Also, I want to say my girlfriend's disabled. She gets disability. She has fibromyalgia, and every day they make her like do this, go here, drive there. You got to do this, and I mean she's exhausted. She's with them. She's like
Kevin.
She's emotionally ready to collapse. Like we all are. My question is, I mean, like as for me. I don't want to get involved in their lives. Because the first thing they'll do is say I flunked some drug test, and then they're going to blame me because she don't get her kid back. And
Kevin,
it's just
can I give you some advice?
Yep.
Okay. So this is what you should do. You should tell your girlfriend that she should go get some free consultations from some experienced private attorney in your area, as well as a civil rights attorney.
Civil rights attorney.
Yeah. If you're telling me everything accurately, I'm not a Minnesota
100%,
lawyer.
100% accurate.
Okay, Kevin.
And there's like all kinds of stuff between the lines that they've done. That's just, but as for her, because I'm with her right now, we're at a different place. Because if we get seen together somehow, they're gonna say that it's like, yeah, they took her kid. Her mom just died. They're trying to get rid of her boyfriend. And she's, like I say, she's emotionally just completely distraught. And so am I. We can't even go over to her house because we're afraid that, if the sheriff's going to come pounding on the door or whatever, which I don't know if they have the right to do,
Kevin, I want to thank you for calling, and I want you to call in a few weeks, give us an update. Make sure you and her go speak to those attorneys so that you can get some competent legal advice there in Minnesota that might be able to help you. I'm not licensed in Minnesota, but what you're telling me doesn't sound right at all. I want to thank you for calling and thank you for listening. Give us an update in a few weeks. Aaron.
Yes, I'm here.
And you thought you had problems.
Yeah. I have a lot of problems with CPS in the system, and I've decided that I'm going to be proactive about it, and I'm going to start, a Facebook community, and so other people can get information, people and be educated. People don't understand
2 minutes
things when CPS decide to pop up in your life.
What is your Facebook community going to be focusing
on? My group will be focusing on the, it's family reunification, motivation, and accountability. Okay. My CPS workers are not taking accountability.
Right. When will this be able to be launched, do you think? We are pretty close. I would say in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, we'll be up and running fully. I want to make sure I have every kind of link running, everything up, so you can get as much information as possible, because if you don't have an attorney, honestly, you feel like you are becoming one anyways to get your kids back, especially if you're wrongfully accused or if you're set up or an anonymous phone call. Your CPS worker doesn't like you. Your CPS worker is having an affair with your husband. Things like that. You don't know where to go or what to turn to, especially if you don't have very much money. Just information is probably what kept me sane through this whole thing. Okay, well, very good. We will look forward to you launching. We're going to take another break right now. This is The Secret, How to Fight Child Protective Services and When. We'll be back with more calls, more questions, and more stories.